Good morning, dear students. Asmita, Tanvi, Saurav, Shruti, Bristi, Vaibhav, Akanksha, Krishna, and Jui. Good morning to each one of you. Mm, as you know, we have already started If I Were You, and today is the second part of the lecture from this lesson. And this is the last lesson of your syllabus for this academic session. So please be present so that you do not miss out. And dear students, as I told you, If I Were You is a detective story in the sense that it is basically a story which is based on presence of mind. Okay, like uh, sometimes what happens when the crisis situation comes in our life, or whenever there is a disaster emergency in our life, the way we react, the outcome of this particular situation depends on the way we react such situation. Okay, so if you become very much nervous and restless, then the outcome might be very negative for us. The outcome might be not uh, might be unfavorable for us. But if we keep our cool, if we apply our presence of mind and take the decision or do something in a very calculative and planned manner, our outcome might be favorable to us. Okay, so this story of If I Were You is based on how presence of mind helps us to come out of a crisis situation in our life. Okay, so this story is about how to make the best use of your presence of mind in a crisis situation, in an emergency situation, because uh, every tomorrow in our life is very much surprising. Okay, every tomorrow. So you never know what will happen the next moment. We never do. It's very difficult for us to predict future. Uh, so therefore, whenever any situation, any emergency situation comes in our life, any sort of crisis situation comes to our life, we should remain very much cool and apply our presence of mind in a very planned and logical manner, so that and the outcome of the situation is not very much pernicious or harmful for us. Okay, so this is what the story is made of. Okay, as I told you, how presence of mind helps us. Okay, the theme of the play is how presence of mind and clever thinking can save one from a dangerous situation. Here, in the context of this story, a hardened criminal who is a convict, runaway convict from prison, and wanted by the police, he breaks into a cottage with the intention of killing the lawful occupant by the name of Gerard, and taking on his identity. Because the criminal thinks that if he takes the identity of the famous writer called Gerard, in that case he can live a very peaceful life. But the owner, that is the Gerard of the cottage where a criminal has broken into or breaks into, broke into, on realizing the intention of the intruder, he succeeds in outwitting him. Outwitting means succeeds in befooling him, and eventually handed him over to the police. So we shall find out today how this happens, and in what manner Gerard outwitted or befooled the convict, and eventually came out victorious towards the end of the story. So let's find out. Okay, good morning, Rudraksh, Manajay, Pari, and Arihant. Good morning to all of you. So, as I told you, dear students, as I told you, this story is about how presence of mind helps us in a crisis situation, in an emergency situation. Okay, how you can apply your presence of mind in a very calculative and in a very logical manner in a crisis situation to come out victorious out of this situation. Normally what happens when disaster strikes, when emergency situation crops up in our life, we tend to give into all kinds of tension, anxiety, stress, restlessness. So what happens? The outcome that we get out of this is not favorable to us. But if we remain cool and calm and balanced and apply our presence of mind in a very logical and very planned manner to tide over this crisis situation, outcome of this particular phase of our life is not normally favorable to us. Therefore, uh, whenever some disaster strikes us, whenever there is some emergency situation in our life, whenever there is some crisis situation in our life, we should try to keep ourselves cool, balanced, and be calculative so that the outcome of this situation becomes favorable to us. Okay, so I have repeated this particular theme of this story for those who have attended or joined my live class late. Okay, so now I'm going to continue from where I stopped in the previous class. So here there is a conversation between Gerard and an intruder. Intruder is a person, dear students, who enters somewhere without taking the permission, legitimate permission. Okay, intruder is someone who enters a premises or enters a room, somewhere without taking prior approval or without taking the permission from the owner of that house or of that or the person who is present in a particular room. So now there's a conversation, between Gerard and intruder regarding the everyday phenomenon. Okay, everyday occurrence. Very common conversation actually, because now intruder wants to know more about Gerard, because if he is successful in killing Gerard and taking the identity of Gerard, in that case he needs to know some characteristic traits of the of Gerard, so that he is able to act like him. So that is why intruder wants to know more about Gerard in this conversation, so that if he becomes successful in killing Gerard, he can easily take on his identity and act like Gerard. That is the intention as to why intruder has struck a conversation with Gerard. Okay, and dear students who have joined for the first time today, for them, who is Gerard? Gerard is a famous uh, writer, you can say. Okay, he's a writer, and you can see here Gerard lives alone in a lonely cottage. An intruder who is a criminal enters his cottage. He intends to murder Gerard and take on his identity. Does he succeed is something that we'll come to know from this lesson. Okay, so I have already started, so that is why you have to read on your own this much. Now let us start from here. Gerard is asking, you seem to have taken considerable amount of trouble. Since you know so much about me, won't you say something about yourself? Okay, so Gerard says, I have given plenty of information about myself. Now tell something about you. Who are you? Let me know something about yourself. You have been so modest. Intruder says, I could tell you plenty. I have plenty to tell you. You think you are smart, but I am the top of the class around here. Okay? If you think you are smart, I am smarter. That is what the intruder says. I am not going to tell you much about my life. I'm not going to give you much personal information about personal information. Why? Because I am not interested to divulge the secret and share the secret with you. That is why you got to you stop presuming that you are smarter than me. I've got brains and I use them. That's how I've got what I have. And I've got brains. I'm intelligent enough to understand what I should do and what I shouldn't do. That is the reason as to why I have come to a place where I am now. Okay, that's how I've got where I have. That's how I have come to a place where I am now, just because I have got brains. Gerard says, and where precisely have you got? I don't know anything about you because you are an intruder. You just broke into my cottage. I don't know much about you. So please tell me, where precisely have you got? It didn't require a great brain to break into my little cottage. Okay, you have come to my little cottage. That's what I know, and it doesn't require much of brain to break into a house. Intruder says, when you know why I have broken into your little cottage, you'll be surprised, and it won't be a pleasant surprise. And when you shall come to know about the fact that, intruder says, what's the reason for my intrusion into your cottage, you don't know. Whenever you know the reason of my arrival in your cottage, you shall be taken aback. You shall be very much surprised, and I assure you that it's not going to be a pleasant surprise. It's going to be very, very unpleasant news for you whenever you come to know the reason of my arrival to your cottage. Gerard says, with you figuring so largely in it, that's understandable. By the way, what particular line of crime do you embrace? Or aren't you a specialist? Gerard's, Gerard replies very smartly. He says, with such an approach, I can understand that your arrival is not something which is auspicious for me. Your arrival is something which is not favorable to me, because the way you're talking to me and the kind of approach that you have shown will suggest to me that your arrival is not favorable to me. By the way, what particular line of crime do you embrace? What kind of crime do you normally commit? Or aren't you a specialist? You might be a specialist for a particular crime. So can you let me know? Intruder says, my specialist is jewel robbery. It's jewel robbery that I do. I'm a jewel robber, okay, thief. Your car will do me a treat. It's certainly a dandy bus. I'm interested for your card. Your card can help me do my business good. Okay, I'm afraid jewels are few and far between in the worlds of sex. The intruder says, so are the cops. Cops are also very few. Okay, in this region, I can retire here nicely for a little while. You mean to live with me? A trifle sudden, isn't it? You have not been invited. You have not been invited to my house. Okay, I cannot part with my vehicle. You won't be here long, so I didn't trouble to ask. Okay, I did not trouble to ask you. I did not trouble to take your permission to use your car or use your house, because you won't be here long. I shall kill you very shortly. What do you mean? This is your big surprise. Intruder says, I'm going to kill you. Gerard says, a little harsh, isn't it? You are talking a little harsh now, isn't it? Intruder with heavy sarcasm, yeah, I'll be sorry to do it. I have taken a fancy to you, but it's just got to be done. I have taken a fancy. It has come to my mind. I've already made up my mind to kill you. So it's got to be done, even though uh, it's a bit harsh. Gerard says, why add murder to your other crimes? Okay, you are doing crimes, so why are you adding another crime to your crimes, to your other crimes? Why are you adding murder to your other crimes? You are not a murderer, you are a jewel robber. So why are you adding another crime to your list of crimes? It's a grave step you are taking. It's a very serious step. Okay, murdering human being is a very serious thing. You should not do that. Intruder says, I am not taking it for fun. I've been hunted long enough. I am wanted for murder already, and they can't hang me twice. They can't hang me twice. Don't think I'm just a jewel robber alone. I have also done a lot of murders. Okay, I'm wanted for murder also. So I want to murder you as well. They cannot hang me twice, so it doesn't matter how many I murder. They have to hang me only once. They can hang me only once. That is why I want to murder you once. Murder one more. Once more, you are planning a gratuitous double, so to speak. Admitted you have nothing to lose, but what have you to gain? What have you to gain after murdering me? I have got freedom to gain, he said. I shall get freedom. As for myself, I am a poor hunted rat. As Vincent Charles Gerard, I am free to go places and do nothing. Your, your name is Charles Gerard, so I want to be you. I want to be you so that I get a free life. I can roam around like you without having to face a lot of trouble. Like if I am myself, then I've got to be away from police every time. I cannot live my life. That is why I want to kill you and take on your life so that wherever you go, wherever I go, I get respect. I can eat well, I can sleep well without having to be ready to beat it all at the side of a cop. Okay, I do not have to be away from the police. In most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. You are much luckier. Okay, in most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. Okay, you are much luckier. Okay, you are much luckier, but I have to kill you now. Okay, now intruder, I am okay. I have got a Gerard says, in most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. You are much luckier. Okay, you are much luckier. You have come in touch with me. Okay, and you have not been caught yet. You have not been caught yet by the police. You are much luckier. The intruder says, I am okay. I've got a reason for everything. I'm going to be Vincent Charles Gerard C. I have got to know what he talks like. Now I know that posh stuff comes easy. This is Mr. V.C. Gerard speaking. Pantomime of phoning, in imitation cultured voice. And that's not all. He stands up. Get up a minute. Gerard stands. Now take a look at me. Okay, intruder says that I've got a reason for everything. Okay, I've got a reason. I would like to take up your role. I would like to be your you. That is why I have come here to kill you so that I can take up your role and live as Vincent Charles Gerard. Okay, so that I can avoid the police and I can live a comfortable life. And that is why I am, I struck up a conversation with you so that I know much about you, the way you talk, the way uh, hold the telephone, the way you disconnect the telephone, the way you behave, everything I need to know to be able to take over your role, and I have done it now. Gerard says you are not particularly decorative. um, no, decorative means you are. You said that I'm cultured and I've got culture in my voice, but you need to learn this. Intruder says, no, well, that goes for you too. I have only got to wear specs and I will be enough like you to get away with it. Okay. He says that I just need to wear specs to be able to be to be able to look like you, and otherwise all other features I have already picked up. All other characteristics of you I have already picked up. This is what he's saying. Gerard says, what about your clothes? They will let you down if you are not careful. Okay? Your clothes, you are not wearing clothes like me. Okay, so they will let you down if you are not careful. Okay, if you are not careful with your clothes, people can easily identify you. People will be able to understand that it's you who are not me. Okay, because of your way of dress up. Then intruder says, that's be all right. Yours will fit me fine. Your dress will fit me fine. That's extremely interesting, but you seem to miss the point of my remark. I said you were luckier than most melodramatic villains. It was not a tribute to your intelligence. you won't kill me uh, for a good reason. Okay, then he said that it was not a tribute to your intelligence. When I said that no, you are luckier than most melodramatic villains, what I meant to say is that it is this statement was not meant to give you respect, okay, to teach you a lesson. I said this, okay, you won't kill me for very good reasons, so that's what you think. He said that you are lucky because of another reason you are lucky. Why? Because you shall not be able to commit another crime by murdering me. That is why you shall be considered as lucky, because the more you commit, the more sin you commit, the more murder you commit, the more murder you do, the more sin you commit. No? That is why you are luckier, because you cannot kill me now. Okay, you cannot kill me for a good reason. So that is what you think, but I don't think so. I don't think so, because they have to hang me only once, so doesn't matter I kill one person or two person or three persons. Actually, Gerard and Intruder, they are two different people, and they have lot of gap in their thinking also. Okay, so Gerard, being a cultured person, he thinks that killing a person will add sin to your already stack of sins. But Gerard Intruder doesn't think so. Okay, Intruder thinks that they have to hang me once, so it doesn't matter whether I kill one or two or three, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, because they have to hang me once only, they cannot hang me twice. Okay, that is why I can kill as many people as possible. But Gerard doesn't think in that manner. Gerard thinks that if you have already committed one crime or one sin, uh, you are already a sinner, and then again if you commit another sin, then you will be a double sinner. Okay, you are committing more sins means you have more sins. It means you will be more punished, or you will be cursed twice by the god by God. And you are not supposed to do that. You are not supposed to increase the tally of your crime or sins, because this is what we should all think. Okay, this is the normal way of thinking. But criminals, they don't think in this manner. Okay, they don't have the awareness of what is seen, what is you know uh, what is seen, what is something holy. They don't have such idea. Okay. Okay, Gerard thinks you will let me go, and thank God you did not shoot sooner. Okay, you thank God that you did not commit another crime, or you did not commit another sin. Intruder, come on, what's on your mind? Better be quick. This conversation bores me. Intruder says, I have to kill you, so come on, stop your conversation. Your conversation is already a bore for me. Okay, Prashik, grave. Grave means serious, something what is very much serious. Okay, grave crime means what? Serious crime, something what is very very harsh. Grave means something what is already very serious, very harsh. Okay, cruel. That is grave. Your idea is to elude the police. Gerard says your idea is to escape from, elude means escape from police. Your idea is to elude the police by killing me and taking on my identity. You want to elude the police, you want to escape from the police by killing me and taking on my identity. Intruder says, yes, I like the idea. Intruder says, yes, of course, I like the idea. Gerard says, but are you sure it's going to help you? Intruder says, now listen here. I have got this all planned. I did a job in town. Things went wrong and I killed a cop. Okay, listen to my story first. Okay, I've got all this planned. I did a job in town. Things went very wrong and I killed a cop. Cop means a policeman. Since then, I have done nothing but dodge. Okay, I was on the run. Dodge means I was on the run. Actually, I was going from one place to another, so that I could save myself from police. okay, so that I could save myself from the chase of the police. And this is where dodging has brought you. Your dodging has brought you to my place. Into the it brought me to Aylesbury. That's where I saw you in the car. Two other people saw you and started to talk. I listened. It looks like you are a bit queer. Queer means strange. You are kind of a mystery man. Gerard says a mystery which I propose to explain. A mystery which I propose to explain. Into the disregarding him, you phone your orders and sometimes you go away suddenly and come back just the same. Those are just the things I want to do. Hearing about you was one of my luckiest breaks. Okay, so into that, it seems has become very much influenced by Gerard. That is why he's talking about Gerard. Okay, he's talking like this. He said that you are such a interesting man. Okay, hearing about you itself is something what has brought me luck. Okay, so I want to be like you. Gerard says, apparently you haven't the intelligence to ask why I am invested in this cloak of mystery. Okay, you haven't the intelligence to ask, um, why didn't you ask me straight away? Uh, you haven't the intelligence to ask why I am invested in this cloak of mystery, why I am wearing such a why I am in this in this scene of mystery. Okay, why do I appear to be somebody who is a mystery? Why? So you do not have the intelligence to ask me directly. Then intruder says, preparing to shoot. As I said before, this conversation bores me. Gerard, don't be a fool. If you shoot, you will hang for sure. If not as yourself, then as Vincent Charles Gerard. Okay, if you shoot me, then you will hang for sure. You will certainly be hanged by the police. If not as yourself, because you said you shall take up my role after my death. So, as Vincent Charles Gerard, you have to be hanged if you kill me. Intruder, what is this? This is your big surprise. Gerard said, this is your big surprise. I said you wouldn't kill me, and I was right. Why do you think I am here today and gone tomorrow? Never see tradespeople? Okay? Why do you think I do not stay in a particular place for a long time? I stay here today, somewhere else tomorrow. Haven't you seen tradespeople, business people who stay here today, go somewhere else? Haven't you seen tradespeople? I'm like them. You say my habits would suit you. You are a crook. Do you think I am a Sunday school teacher that I shall have a set pattern of life? No, I do not have a set pattern of life like a Sunday school teacher. The game is up as far as I am concerned. Things went wrong with me. I said it with bullets and got away. I said it with bullets and got away. Unfortunately, they got one of my men and found things the fool should have burned. Tonight I am expecting trouble. My bag's packed ready to clear off. There it is. So he, as I told you, with the help of presence of mind, he was able to save himself. With the help of presence of mind, he was able to save himself. So that is why he is making a story now, Gerard, to be full into the okay. He says, my bag's packed, ready to clear off. There it is. Intruder says, it's a bag, all right, and this is a gun, all right. What's all this? That's a disguise outfit, false mustache and whatnot. Now, do you believe me? Intruder musingly, I don't know. Gerard, for God's sake, clear that muddled head of yours and let's go. Let us go. Come with me in the car. I can use you. If you find it's a frame, you have got me in the car and you have still got your gun. Maybe you are right, Gerard. Then don't waste time. Goes and picks up hat and bag. Intruder, careful, boss. I'm watching you. Gerard, I have got a man posted on the main road. He will ring up if he sees the police. But I don't want to leave. A telephone bell rings. Come on, they're after us. Through here, straight to the garage. Intruder, how do I know that you are telling the truth? Gerard, oh, don't be a fool. Look for yourself. Okay, so dear students, I've got to end and here today. The next day I shall finish. Okay, only few lines are there. I shall explain you. I'm in a hurry. I don't want to be in a hurry to sort of finish this lesson. So I shall finish this lecture in the next class itself because there is a twist in the tale towards the end of the story. Okay, which I would like, I require a longer time to explain you. Okay, so you please do not read on your own. We shall finish the lesson together. Okay, so I shall send you the link for another lesson. Please update your lesson notes so that, and this lesson I shall make notes later on, but before that I am interested to make notes on the outgoing lessons. So as and when I send you links, you please update your notebook, and I shall finish my syllabus in the next class, total syllabus in the next class, because I have no other lesson left for you, only revision class. Okay, and then after this I shall start with some grammar lessons, okay, which I haven't taught you, and some writing lessons. Okay, so that is Tuesday will be my last class of literature, uh, and after that I shall switch over to the grammar lessons and writing lessons, and after that we shall revise literature once again. We shall take up 2 3 chapters together in a week, and we shall keep revising. Okay, so that's it for the day, dear students. I've got to wind up my class now. uh, we shall meet again on Tuesday. Okay, bye bye, take care, and have a nice weekend. Please don't read on your own, because I don't want you to read and come to know about the story. Okay, we shall read together, and in the next class I shall go a bit slow, because there is a twist. I want you to answer some of my questions, and gradually we will wind up very slowly this lesson. Okay, towards the end, because only few 1.5 pages left, so we can certainly finish it off in the next class. And whenever I shall send you the link, and moreover Asmita has sent me the ASL task, nobody else so far, so please work on my ASL task and send me. Okay, Asmita, I'd also request you to send it on Google Classroom, so that it is there with us. Okay, WhatsApp, what happens, dear students, WhatsApp, no, it's very difficult to find out and all that. So if you send it on Google Classroom, then date wise it is given. Okay, like it gets synced with the Google Calendar also, so it is very easy to find out who has sent what on which day. Okay, so Asmita, you please send your task on Google Classroom, and rest of you, you please finish it off. It requires hardly half an hour for you. I have given you only 3 tasks: task 1, task 2, and task 3. So finish it off at one go, in half an hour, 1 hour, whatever time it takes. Just finish it off, and then post it on the Google Classroom. Okay, post it on the Google Classroom, and if you are able to post it on my website, it's okay. Otherwise you can post it on Google Classroom also. Understood? Don't send on WhatsApp. If you send it on Google Classroom, there is a record uh, created, and it's very easy to find out. That is why we have also started the exam on Google Classroom. Okay, because date wise record is also there. Okay, so please do submit, return your ASL task on Google Classroom, and in the meantime I am updating your lesson notes, and as and when I update, I shall send you the link, and you shall also update your lesson notes on your English notebook. Thank you so much, dear students. Bye bye, take care, and have a great weekend.